Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/TrueOffMyChest, where OP thinks that he did more than what actually happened. Let's begin. I took revenge on my cheating ex, and I think I went overboard. Posted by Reddit user Ionic3127.
So recently I found out that my ex had a flirtatious relationship at work with one of her managers at a restaurant she works at. This involved sexual dirty talking while on the shift, sexual compliments and photo sharing and plans to hang out. I found out and told her not to text the other guy again and block him. Well, something told me to check her phone again, and it didn't take less a full day for her to respond back to his texts on iMessage, thus continuing the contact of cheating on me. What's worst is how she described getting caught by me to be hilarious, funny, and that she'll reach out to this guy when we're done. She made me sound like a doormat, a joke, an option, as if everything we had was a plaything for her to play with. Feeling emasculated, embarrassed, and surprised she could ever talk about me like this to another man, I posted her incriminating screenshots to her social media feeds, Instagram and Snapchat stories since I had access to the accounts, and sent those screenshots to the guy she was cheating on me with and her boss at work since she was doing it with another manager at the restaurant. I also sent them to her mother as she was texting this guy the whole week. I was helping her mother move to her new home. The guy responded immediately, and her boss and mother has yet to respond. She later called me back to apologize about the ordeal, but the damage was already done and I broke the news to her about what I did and to screw her. I think I went overboard as this is something I never done. Take revenge on someone by screwing them over. Update: I've seen that her boss has looked at the message I sent her of my ex cheating at work on the job with another restaurant manager. The boss hasn't replied yet, but she definitely knows now. Time will tell if she'll continue to be working there. Update 2. Apparently she still has her job from the restaurant, and she's doing damage control from the social media posts. Update 3. She replied back to me letting me know the developments about what I posted learning before, and that only a person like me would care to see that happen. The conversation turned into a really ugly name-calling match. The damage has already been done. I'm being spiteful, and I'm done talking with her. I'm going to desperately seek therapy and work on myself for the better. I didn't expect this to blow up, but I appreciate the advice all around. She never wanted me or deserved me at all. Update 4. I contacted the owner and showed him pictures of what happened. He legally said he can't get involved for situations that happened outside the restaurant. The screenshots clearly show her and the manager sexually flirting during the work day on the hour. I don't think he really wants to get involved. We live in an at-will employment state, meaning the employer can fire you for any reason other than an illegal one. So as uncomfortable as it is for her, the owner, GM, the manager she cheated with, unfortunately she'll keep her job, but boy, it'll be uncomfortable working there. Final update: the guy she managed to cheat on me with is a single father co-parenting a son with another woman. I found out who the woman was and showed her all the screenshots. Unfortunately, she saw them texting each other for well over a year ago, and that she told him to not text her anymore, because she doesn't want him hanging out with anyone that doesn't like the mother of their son. My ex-girlfriend knew her and was extremely rude and snobbish with her. They're not together anymore, so she didn't know the exact lengths of their relationship. However, she knew that they texted each other a lot. To no surprise, their relationship also ended because he was also cheating on her at the same restaurant, with another woman that worked there while their son was extremely young. For all the talk about how my ex-girlfriend didn't want to be a single mother, and how she despised her father for cheating on her mother while she was pregnant, she sure loved playing the role as the other woman.
I don't think you went overboard at all, OP. This is quite PG compared to the others I've read here. I would probably give this a regular revenge level, but definitely not pro. But I can understand it. You know, I am a petty asshole and I hate cheaters. But in my opinion, I think you went easy on her. I hope she loses her job. I mean, any reasonable manager or owner would fire her for doing inappropriate stuff with coworkers, especially while on the job. I hope you post another update, man. Good luck. And now for today's second story. My fiance cheated on me in a gym. Posted by Reddit user doubledirection7132.
It's been nearly a year since it happened, and I still haven't processed it properly. I thought I had met my dream girl. She honestly came across as the sweetest and most innocent person. But she was living a double life right under my nose. We had been engaged for a few months and were very excited about starting our life together. We were quite young, in our 20s. I was working my butt off in 2 jobs to get us set up financially. She had a job, but it was a small salary, and she was still studying on the side. I was extremely committed and wanted to give us a good life. We were trying to live a healthier lifestyle together by eating better and exercising regularly. The topic of getting a gym membership then came up. We discussed each getting a membership so we could go to the gym together. Anyway, then one day she told me out of the blue that she had signed herself up at a different gym instead of the original one we planned on going to. I didn't think much of it and didn't mind. I thought it was a bit weird, but I was happy to gym alone at the original one. Her new gym was too far away from where I lived. We weren't living together. So a little while goes by, about a week. She's gone to the gym a few times. I've been nice, asked if she's enjoying it, etc. All seems okay, but she starts acting a bit weird. She is being distant and snappy, and I don't know why. A few days pass and it just gets worse. She starts becoming extremely aggressive towards me for no reason and wouldn't open up. This started to give me a very suspicious feeling and wanted to figure out what was going on. So, I did some digging and remembered that she logged in onto her Instagram a while ago on my computer. I checked and thankfully still had access to her account, but what I found was horrifying. I found a long chat between her and a guy who worked at the gym. The chat spanned over a week or so and started fairly casual, like thanks for helping me sign up, etc. But then it got very sexual very quickly. I had to read about the things they wanted to do to each other and then the things they did do to each other. And guess where they hooked up? In the gym's office. I was disgusted, shocked, and literally sick to my stomach. I phoned her immediately and told her what I found and that it was over. She first denied it, but when she realized I saw the chat, she just hung up on me. I then phoned her parents to tell them what happened. At first they said that's impossible. She's nothing like that. I then sent them the chat. After they took a while processing it, they tried to shift blame onto me. They said I neglected her and was too busy with work. What the fuck? I was working hard, so hard to provide for her. She never took accountability and never even apologized to me. Haven't spoken to her since. It feels traumatic.
Imagine finding out and then having to pay her alimony or having a kid with this woman, forced to deal with her bullshit until the said kid turns 18. Look man, I sincerely believe that she learned the shitty behavior from her parents. I mean, just look at how they reacted when you told them the truth. Learned behavior is something you have no control over, but at least you found out this early. Also, her parents are monumental pieces of shit. I hope her mom cheats on her dad if she's not already. Look man, while an apology is great for closure, we don't always get one. Just be true to yourself, take care of yourself, and eventually, you'll meet a lovely person who deserves you. And now for today's final story. My boyfriend of 2 years said something about me that I am having trouble forgetting, despite his efforts to right his wrong. Posted by Reddit user Advertising Hour 3052.
Almost 1 year ago in our 2-year relationship, I caught my boyfriend saving raunchy and nude photos of his ex-coworkers. I'll add that these photos were posted in a way that made them accessible to anyone on the site they were posted on, and not directly sent to him from them. At first I thought nothing of it, but I began to feel as though I may be lacking compared to one of them in particular when I learned that he was also following her regular socials, giving her cash birthday gifts and commenting on her safe for work photos as well. I asked him straight out if he had feelings for her. His answer was no. I asked if he would feel wronged if he were in my shoes. He said yes and that he vowed to stop. We didn't argue, we were just talking. But in a moment of weakness and poor impulse control, I couldn't stop myself from asking what she had that made him want her. I'm sure he felt pressured to answer me, and he did by telling me that he was shallow, with no further elaboration. I should have kept my thoughts to myself, but I foolishly pursued and asked what he meant by that. His response was that he found me only moderately attractive compared to her, but that he valued our relationship more because he knew I was a better match for him. I understand this may be common, possibly even normal, and since then he has made what I feel is every effort to make it right, such as spending more time with me or elsewhere other than on social media, telling me that I'm beautiful, and skipping the birthday gift, as far as I know. I feel that he does value me and our relationship. He shows it as much as he says it, and I also feel that I have forgiven him for it. But what he said shattered my confidence, and I can't bring myself to make love to him anymore. This ridiculous feeling of being unwanted haunts me whenever we start getting intimate, even if I felt aroused beforehand. It all drains away from me when it starts to be more than kissing and touching. The worst part is that I haven't told him why I have developed this aversion to sex, as I don't want him to feel responsible for it. Instead, I tend to make excuses to get up and put physical distance between us for a period of time, which I know can't be very much better than dumping the truth on him. I have been trying to reassure myself, meditate, focus on building my self-esteem back up, but it's been several months, and none of the ways I'm using seem to be working. TLDR, 33 male dedicated boyfriend told me, 30 female, I was just so looking several months ago, and I have been unable to fix the damage it did to my confidence since then, leading to trouble in our intimate lives. How can I break my fixation on his past comments and resume our normal intimate life?
So, you wanna know my advice? Well, here it is. You break up with him. OP, he basically just said that you're just fuckable enough to be in a relationship with. Eventually, he's going to find another option. Someone he finds more attractive than you, someone that shows interest in him, and do you know what's going to happen? He's going to dump your ass. So I have a question for you, OP.
Why are you still here?
Okay, this is not just for you, OP. This is for everyone. Here's an advice from your creepy Uncle PattSun about what good, self-respecting men find attractive in a woman, generally speaking. It just boils down to 4 preferences. So in no particular order, number 1, your life goals must align with his. For example, maybe he doesn't want kids and you do, or he wants to live in a city and maybe you want to live in a more rural area. So that's not really gonna work out because eventually resentment will build up. Number 2, you must not be a bitch. If you have an issue, you talk to him about it in private. Do not make a scene. Do not start yelling. No childish behaviors, no tantrums, no disrespect. Number 3, you must not be a hoe, and this one is very easy. Don't post your half-naked pictures, don't post videos of you twerking, stop going to whorehouse parties, and most importantly, don't cheat. And number 4, he must find you physically attractive. Now this one is a little bit more difficult to explain. Beauty is subjective, so it depends on the man. Some guys like short girls, some like tall girls, some like boobs, some like ass, some like legs. So it kind of depends on the dude. But do you know what we all have in common? Well, not all men, because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a few weirdos out there. But generally speaking, men, if given an option, will not date a fat chick. So if you're born ugly, well, unfortunately, no amount of makeup is going to fix that, and no amount of plastic surgery is going to help you. We have no control over what we look like. But do you know what we do have control over? Our weight. So, ladies, here's a very valuable advice for you. If you want your man to find you attractive, whether it's your boyfriend, your fiance, your husband, or whatever, drop the Big Mac, drop the French fries, and go to the gym. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a lot of comments here. You're misogynistic, you're a body shamer, you don't accept progress. No, I'm not, you donuts. I'm Asian, and I'm an uncle. Do you know what we're known for? Asian uncles and aunties? Brutal honesty. We will tell you exactly what's wrong with your face, what's wrong with your body, what's wrong with your clothes, what's wrong with your demeanor. Do you know why we do that? Because we want you to self-improve, which is exactly why I'm telling this shit. Despite how much I curse at you, despite how often I call you a donut, I just want one thing from you guys listening. I want you to be better. And your money. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.